Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, Anna Bella, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Steven Spielberg musical, West Side Story. So let's get on with the review. Here is my review of Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. The dancing between the Jets and the Sharks, you should see a difference. And I know that that is really important to the plot, but actually you should see the Latino influence of the dancing, and it's even more crucial that the Latino parts be played by Latino actors. That is 100% needed for this story, and Steven Spielberg has managed to do that, which is excellent. There's good dancing, there's good singing. The story has always been considered to be a bit light in West Side Story, and by light I mean not much of it, and that's actually a good thing. One of the things that they did when this musical was first conceived was the fact that they decided not to include any street slang as to date it, and that's really important because it means that you can watch it in any decade and still get something out of it, even though it is set in the 1950s. I'm loving the use of shadow because that's indicative of the cranes and the tall buildings that are hanging over them. This turf war is so small, it's finger click and the whole turf is going to be gone, and they're not going to be there anyway. So it's kind of such an ephemeral struggle of all people scratching at the bottom. And it's interesting that you've got white working class versus Latino working class, and that's really important and highly topical. It's interesting that in 2021 we had In the Heights musical at the beginning of the year, and we're ending the year with West Side Story, both set in New York, both about the Latino African American community in America and the white community and race relations. Highly charged, highly important topics that need to be discussed and talked about ever since the Black Lives Matters protests of 2020, and to be fair, the ongoing Black Lives Matters agenda, which I still think is valid and needs discussing. Because indirect racism is far more harmful than direct racism, and we've got a lot of institutional racism as well that needs dealing with, or at least acknowledging, and people saying yeah. Because I really enjoyed going around the National History Museum this year, and they had a whole colonial section where they explained where all of the exhibits in the National History Museum came from. Very good. And I also think that National Trust is doing the right thing by having a colonialism explanation in most of their houses as well, because it allows that history to be acknowledged, and actually if you acknowledge something then you give it validation, and that's needed. I mean, it's like the statue of Edward Colston is now in a museum. Yes, it's toppled over, got vandalism all over it, but actually it's promoting a discussion on vandalism and slavery and colonialism and all of these issues. So overall, that's quite a positive step, really. West Side Story, good musical, good acting actually. The actors were really, really good. The story is considered somewhat light, and actually that enables the musical to do the work and the dancing to do the work. The music and the dancing should do most of the heavy lifting in your story rather than the actual narrative. And that's important because West Side Story does that, because yes, it is a tragedy, but it's one that unites people at the end. Out of 5, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. I love the use of shadow throughout. I thought it was inspired what Steven Spielberg was doing with cranes, and the credits at the end were equally good. I enjoyed it. I took my mum and her partner, and they really enjoyed it as well. So do check it out, and thanks for the support. Bye! Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to click the little notification bell. Stay safe where you are. Bye!